Well, hi everybody, it's Jeff Hopper, and it is great to be back with you. And I'm here this time with my special guest, Judge Tim Philpot from Lexington, Kentucky, and we are going to do a series on some of the things that go through this guy's brain. And I've spent a number of years with him, so I know where it's safe to go and where it's not safe to go when we're talking about what's in your brain, my friend.
Okay.
So the judge, though, more recently has had this leading on his life to communicate some things that happen in his court. So I want you to tell our friends a little bit, Tim, about what happens in your court day to day and where God's kind of taking you on this project that he's got you on right now.
Yeah, well, I'm a judge in family court. Family court is a great oxymoron, of course. Family is God's greatest invention, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts the lonely in families, it says in Psalm 68. But the family's gotten so messed up that we have to have special courts for it.
Yeah.
And so it's a very discouraging place for most people to live in. But I've been living there now for 13 years. It's actually been one of the great surprises of my life that I'm there.
Yeah.
I did not plan to be in family court. That's one reason I think I'm most convinced that God actually put me there, is because I never had any vision or dream to be there. I had other plans for my life, and I've had a lot of different careers, really. Even though I'm basically a lawyer, my career path has been a lot of different things, and family court was just not one of the things that was on my radar screen. So I'm pretty convinced God put me there, just by the fact that I didn't plan it.
Yeah, there
Didn't
you go.
even want it.
That's interesting right there. Yeah, God often does that. He grabs us out of where we are and takes us someplace entirely different, doesn't he?
Yeah, right. So, you know, this whole idea of how does God lead you into various areas of your life has always been, I told somebody the other day, I'm sort of an expert on this by now, because 6 or 7 different times in my life I've actually changed course. And I've gotten to where I'm comfortable with change, and the Lord's, the hardest thing for me has always been to actually stay where I am. And that's why I've been in family court now for 13 years, and they say that the lifespan for a family court judge is about 7 years.
Wow, yeah.
From burnout and those kind of things.
Sure.
So I'm on my 13th year, so that's why I say if you get near me, it's kind of like eating some bad cottage cheese. So you may get sick after spending a few minutes with
I'll
me
be
here
careful.
today. Be careful. But the key for me has always been basically to get out of bed in the morning. I can't plan my life. I'm not good at planning my life, but I can plan what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Yes.
And for me, that's always started just by getting out of bed early in the morning, trying my best as much as I can most days to spend the first couple of hours with the Lord. And prayer has become something that's more listening to Him than speaking to Him. I mean, what am I supposed to tell the God of the universe?
There is that.
So prayer is really just, I've gotten better at listening. Being a judge helped me there, because my job for 13 years has been to listen, not to speak, but to actually listen. And so I listen for the voice, and the voice leads me. So it's when Jesus made it simple for people like us that aren't too smart. You know, I always laugh because I'm Mr. 2.9 GPA, as you know, from the article that we wrote together one time. Now, wasn't that bright? But the gospel message, when you boil it down, is Jesus saying, "Follow me."
Yes.
And that's different than saying, "God, I got big plans, and I'm going to do some good things. I need you to stay with me. I need you to follow me." And so I'll pretend like you're Jesus for just a second,
Okay,
with a lot less hair. But
Thanks, Tim.
I mean, I could say that I'm near Jesus right now,
Yeah.
being near to you. But if the truth is we're going that way, and I'm asking you to follow me, even though you're near me, there's really not that kind of intimate relationship that we need.
Yes, right.
And we're probably going to end up in the wrong place. Most people think God is somebody to have in your back pocket to bail you out at the right time. But when Jesus said, "Follow me," and so now I need to follow you wherever you're going, and that's very difficult for self-centered kind of people. It's very difficult for people that think they know what they're doing. It's very difficult for educated people to literally just trust yourself to another person to follow. And so following God is actually very difficult. And yet it's a simple concept. Jesus, I think it's more important in some ways to follow perfectly, than it is to believe perfectly.
Yeah.
I think you can have your theology off a little bit.
Yes, you can.
Because we all got it off a little bit.
Sure.
Our belief system can be wrong sometimes. But if you're following Christ, like he said, follow me, if you do that, it can take you to some really fascinating places in life. And for me, it ended up in family court.
Wow.
Where I think the Lord literally placed me.
Yeah. Well, we want to talk about some more of the things that God's been doing in you and through you in our sessions ahead.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.